How's it going, everybody? My name is JustJarrod, but you guys can just call me Jared now. Today we're going to be talking about No Man's Sky. Not a let's play, we're not playing the game, just talking about the game today. We're going to be talking about Waking Titan. Now, you guys know I don't follow Waking Titan super closely. Well, I guess I follow it closely at my own time, but I don't cover it on my channel, just because there's other people, other No Man's Sky YouTubers, who are doing that in depth, and they already have taken that spotlight, so I'm not going to steal things from them. They can go ahead and talk about it. I'm just going to sit here and play the game and do other funny videos or whatever that I have cooking up. Anyways, we're going to be talking about some things that have been rumored around. Some people are thinking about, what is this whole amalgamation of this ARG, this No Man's Sky Waking Titan ARG thing that's been going on? There's been so much stuff happening as far as whether No Man's Sky and Waking Titan are connected. Now we know 100% for sure that they're connected, that Waking Titan, that ARG, is in fact the No Man's Sky ARG. Everything's connected, but what is all this and why, right? So I'm going to kind of give my opinion, my thoughts. I'm going to leave 2 links to videos in the description. A link to Cobra's video, he talks about the same thing, and also Legacy Zero, another YouTuber. I'll link him down in the description as well. They talk about the same thing, and I'm just going to talk about what they talk about, because it is a topic I do want to mention, because I don't follow, as far as coverage-wise, Waking Titan as much, you know, as a lot of other people do, but I do want to give my thoughts out there on what I think is actually going on. So right now, we're getting tons of Waking Titan stuff. You know, new passwords for the Waking Titan site, connections between Waking Titan and the lore of No Man's Sky. All this lore and backstory is building up through these external websites through Waking Titan. Things that are explaining No Man's Sky lore, things that are explaining No Man's Sky backstory. All this stuff we're getting, it's crazy, and all this is through like crazy numbers and these, you know, combinations of numbers and converting them into different things, and weird websites, radio stations across the world. You know, different things are just happening with this ARG, and it's incredible, the thought, you know, and the preparation that has gone into this ARG. It's so confusing to someone like me, to a lot of people who even follow Waking Titan. There's a lot of people that are smart over on Reddit and in like the Discord and all the stuff that are just solving all these puzzles. And if you don't follow it, let me tell you, it's confusing. There's a lot of stuff going on with these. There's a lot of puzzles, a lot of things to decipher, a lot of code. And all this is the ARG, is this huge puzzle that either Hello Games or a company that Hello Games hired has, you know, created for the No Man's Sky community to solve. But why are they going through this? Why is Hello Games going through this huge just puzzle, this giant thing that's building up this massive, you know, train of hype? And here's what I think is going to happen. Now, a lot of people were expecting an update this month, because that'll be the kind of the 3-month cycle that everybody was expecting. We've gotten an update about every 3 months since the game came out, almost a year ago now. So we were expecting another update this month. Now this month is almost over, and we haven't got an update. What we did get was the Waking Titan, we got the ARG, we got people getting cassette tapes, we got people getting stuff from Hello Games. That's what we got, and that's building up this giant amount of hype for everybody. Everybody's confused, everybody's wondering, what are we going to get? This is the next update. We're getting portals, we're getting multiplayer, one of the two, we're getting something. And I think Legacy Zero and Cobra are pretty much on the right page, and I'm going to add to that. There's no way in hell, okay? I'll add that. There's no way in hell that this huge puzzle thing that's going on, that's confusing me and confusing hundreds of other people, and you know, there's smart people actually figuring out, which is great, because I would never be able to do that, but there is no way this is just an update, because they've released updates, 2. Pathfinder Foundation, they've released both those updates at a drop of a hat. It was like, hey, thanks for playing our game, here's an update, you're welcome, have fun. That's been it. Out of nowhere, those updates come out. And the reason why they don't talk about the updates is because that's what went wrong with the launch of their game. They talked about their game, or quote-unquote hyped it up, even though they had nothing to do with the hype. It was mostly community not realizing, you know. Anyway, that's a different topic for another time that I've already talked about, that I'm never going to talk about again, because you can find that on my channel if you really want to go into that. But they you know, they are actually hyping this up. They are doing it. They are creating this ARG, or at least hiring somebody to create this ARG, instead of just dropping an update, right? This is a whole facet of a different being here. This is a different animal. This is not an update. This can't be a simple update in the terms that we're thinking. They are not going to just drop an update and be like, hey look, portals. ARG was connecting portals, now they're live, go through them, it takes you back in time or takes you to some other planet. There's nothing that would be worth the hype that they've built, right? And Hello Games knows. They know the hype that was built before, how much it damaged their game and the community at the start. All that hype of what No Man's Sky could be. When it came out and people were disappointed, they blamed the hype. They blamed the people who covered the game. They blamed Sean Murray for lying to everybody. They would never go through that again on purpose. The reason why they don't talk about what's coming out in updates before is because they don't want to give people false hope, and then when something when the update were to drop, some things wouldn't be in it, and then the same thing, the same, you know, process at launch would repeat itself again. People would get bummed and call Sean Murray a liar and send death threats to the team. You know, they don't want that to happen again. But this time, they're actually doing something. They're making an ARG. They're making this huge puzzle that's just enormously confusing and just in depth, and just it's so weird. Like, this thing that we've never even imagined would happen. They're actually putting this in the public, you know, in the community, and this whole community as a whole is actually trying to work together and solve it. This is definitely something bigger than just an update. This is way bigger, because if they were to drop, I don't know, portals and be like, hey, portals are open, and then the ARG would be it and that would be over, I would be happy. Yes, that portals are up, and that'd be great. I'd be happy with any kind of update at this point. But I don't think that's worth the hype they've been building for this at all. I think this is definitely something new, and Cobra and Legacy Zero said that this could be a relaunch of No Man's Sky. A whole new version of the game. Because we do know, I think it was like 2 months ago or something like that, I talked about it in a video before when it actually happened, that old build test, No Man's Sky version, went up on Steam, you know, just randomly, and people are like, well, what is old build test? And that kind of makes sense. If they were testing an old build of No Man's Sky, one that they didn't have the time, they didn't have the money to actually finish before the launch that Sony pushed onto them, that could be something that they're working back towards. They're working to get to the older vision of their game that they had. They want this game to be what they imagined it in the beginning stages, what the trailer showed us in the beginning stages. That's how they imagined their game. That's what they wanted. And you know, we've been getting these small updates, you know, for every 3 months, which add these cool mechanics, but they were never promised in the game. These are things that people just wanted after the fact. I think those might have been things to make people happy for now. Right, this next thing that's coming is way bigger. There's no way it's not way bigger. I mean, yes, this is all speculation. This is all just something that's on the top of my head that other people are talking about, that I kind of wanted to pitch in. But there's just no way that this could be just a small update, just to add portals. They wouldn't go through the trouble. You know, if this isn't Hello Games and this is them paying a company to do this, they definitely wouldn't go through the trouble to pay a company to do this ARG. That's going to cost a lot of money, right? Going through all this stuff and reading about this stuff, it's crazy in depth. It's just mind-blowing how, you know, smart people are to figure this stuff out. So this is definitely something. A relaunch of No Man's Sky would be fantastic, right? Having this game that we saw in the trailers, you know, time and time again, that I would love to have that. I would love to have that game. You know, if their universe is reset, big deal. Reset the universe, reset the planets, the systems, I don't care. Now, if this is a relaunch of the game, I don't think they're going to make everybody buy the game again. That just would be, I don't know, you know. I would buy the game again. I wouldn't have any problem with that. But I don't think that would kind of be working backwards. That'd be 1 step forward, 2 steps back, if you know what I mean. So this is going to be interesting to see what happens when this news will actually, you know, drop directly from Hello Games. I'm assuming it's when Waking Titan, you know, the ARG is actually finished. So we'll have to wait and see. but a relaunch of No Man's Sky is what everybody's talking about, and I honestly completely agree with that. At least a humongous update, a ginormous thing, like adding tons of stuff, making it like the original No Man's Sky we thought we would get when the game launched, or what a lot of people thought we would get when the game actually released. So there's just my thought process on that. You know, they've had a year to work on something bigger, right? They've got more people on their team now. They've got tons of money from the No Man's Sky launch. They've got a lot of stuff. They've got the time and the money, which is one thing you'll hear Cobra talk about. They did not have. They ran out of time and money before, you know, No Man's Sky launched. I predicted a long time ago, you know, when the problems happened with No Man's Sky, when the game actually launched, that Sony pushed the release date onto them. They, you know, Hello Games wanted more time, but Sony was like, no, you've been working on it too long. Make the game come out, do what you have to do, polish what you can polish, and release the game. And that's what I always said actually happened. You know, whether or not that's true, you know, is who knows, but that's what I always said. But anyways, I'm going to leave it there. What do you guys think? Do you think that's a relaunch of No Man's Sky? Do you think all this is building up to maybe just multiplayer, just portals, or maybe a bigger backstory, a bigger lore system? What do you think? Let me know down in the comments. This kind of got rambly. I didn't want it to go on for too long, but hey, that happens every time I make a goddamn video, but that's fine. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more No Man's Sky news, coverage, gameplay, all that stuff. My name is JustJarrod. Until next time, I hope you guys have a fantastically awesome day. Peace out.